Good morning, students. Next topic in the laws of fluid mechanics we consider as a buoyancy. Buoyancy. So we are considering as a we see that the objects are floating. We see the if you keep any object in a liquid, suppose as a water. In that case, suppose this as a water, and we keep a object. Suppose that may be a lightweight wood or a plastic ball, so that we see that it will be float on the surface of the liquid. It will not sink into the water. So because of this, the reason that it is floating is because of the water will apply a upward force over the object. So this upward force applied by the fluid on the object, because of it floats, is called as a force of buoyancy. So we can see as a objects are which are lighter materials or which are having the less density than the liquid will be floats. So that force is called as a buoyancy force. So normally if you consider any liquid and the object is on that, so because of its weight, the force acting on this is the weight acts in the downward direction. So this weight is balanced by the upward balance force, that is the force of buoyancy denoted by Fv. So buoyancy force is acting in an upward direction opposite to the weight. Because of that, objects will be floats. So not only the lighter as a wood, plastic, but heavier ships are, we can say, as the float in the sea waters. So reason is that the if the density is less than the liquid density, objects can be float, and the reason for the float is the upward buoyant force applied on the object. So in this diagram there are four cases are shown. First one is the a cork material is placed in a liquid, suppose water. So in that case, the weight will be acting in a downward direction, and buoyancy force because of the fluid is acting in the upward side. So only small portion of the cork is in the water. So this floating condition is known as a positively buoyant. Positively buoyant. If a second example is given for the wood, denser than that wood, so in that case, the wood more portion will be in the water, but then also the buoyancy force is more than the weight of the fluid, and it will be float inside the liquid. Third condition is that the iron iron ball is there. So iron ball will be sink to the bottom of the water, because here weight or density is more than the buoyancy force. And in fourth case, a watermelon is shown, so that may be not totally sink to the bottom or not floating. It is in between the, it is suspended in this water, that is called as a neutrally buoyant force, neutrally buoyancy. So there are three cases of buoyancy as a positively buoyant when the objects are floating. Negatively buoyant means object will be sink in the liquid, and neutrally buoyant means they are not floating, not sink, but they are maintaining their position in the liquid. So force of buoyancy is taken as a, now we consider the force of buoyancy is taken as a weight of the water displayed by it. The force of buoyancy is taken as a, the upward force is equal to the weight of fluid displaced by the body. So when we keep a, suppose in this container and we immerse a block. So this will be displaced, means uh, it the water position will be changed because of this block or ball kept in this liquid. So some liquid will be moves, and this because of the weight of the object. So force of buoyancy is taken as a upward force is equal to weight of the fluid displaced by the body, and this is called as a force of buoyancy. So because of this, more the amount of water will be displayed, more will be the buoyancy force will be there. So force of buoyancy will be act at the point that is called as a center of buoyancy. The force of buoyancy, the point through which force of buoyancy act is called as a center of buoyancy. So this buoyancy force is vertical, and the center of buoyancy will be the center of gravity of fluid displaced. So we have considered in this water or any fluid, if there is a object is placed, so if it is floating, it will be displaced some amount of water. So this displays some volume of the object will be inside the water, and that volume is displaced by the that much amount of water will be displaced. So buoyancy force will be act, the buoyancy force will be the center of gravity of fluid displayed. So center of buoyancy means where the force of buoyancy will act. So these we have considered there are three buoyance conditions. Positively buoyant when uh, in that case, positively buoyant means the objects will be float. Density or the weight of fluid displayed is less. Second condition is negatively buoyant, means weight of the density of the object is more. That means mass per unit volume is more. At that time, the weight of the fluid displayed will be more. Weight of the fluid will be displayed more, and the object will be sink. And neutrally buoyant means when buoyancy force is equal to the weight or density of the object. Density of the object is equal to density of the fluid. In that case, we get neutrally buoyancy force. So neutrally buoyance occurs when density is equal to the density of the fluid immersed. So buoyant force balance the force of the gravity. Because of this neutral buoyancy means, in that case, the buoyancy force will be balance the weight of the fluid. So submarines, we can see in the diagram, submarines can be stay inside the water. Because of this, they are neutrally buoyant. So there are uh, water tanks, that is ballast tanks, are used to maintain the uh, if the density is more, the object will be sink, and if density is less than the water, the object will be float. So this to get the neutral buoyancy means a relative position in the water will, in that case, the submarine will having the neutral buoyancy. That means it will not sink or not rise. So in case of also we can see in the swimming or scuba diving, the this diver or swimmer maintain its position in the water because it, it tries to maintain the neutral buoyancy, neutral buoyancy, so that it will not float or go upside in upper surface or not in sink to the bottom. So it will be maintain a neutral position. Because of this, buoyancy force will maintain equal to the weight of that swimmer. So next topic we consider as a meta center. So this is in the floating objects. So we have considered here, suppose this as a object that is floating. that may be ship inside the water. So some portion of the object is inside the water and remaining surface is above the water. Above the water, that is a floating condition. Now if this object is tilted or having some angular displacement, in that case, suppose here uh, consider this as a normal axis of the object. Normal axis of object means passing through the center of gravity, that is the G. So this is the G. In normal or homogeneous object, the center of action of buoyancy force and the weight is collinear. But the objects, if it are not homogeneous shape, that are not collinear. Here you can consider uh, in meta center, this if the object is of homogeneous, in that case the G is acting. This G is shown as a center of gravity and B is the center of buoyancy. So this will be collinear. So when this object is given angular displacement, in that case the volume of the right side, volume on the right side, that is object on the right side, will be more. That means it displays more amount of water here. So that means force of buoyancy will be now shift to the right side. So FB initially is a force of buoyancy and normal axis are collinear. But when they given a angular displacement, we can see here when this is given angular displacement, the object given angular displacement. Now G, the G of the object will not change, that is the center of gravity will not change, but the force center of buoyancy, that is line action of force of buoyancy, will not change to the right side as a FB. So this force of line of action of buoyancy force and normal axis will meet at a certain point. That point is called as a meta center, and objects will start oscillating, means this will be oscillate at this point. This point is called as a meta center. So meta center is the point about which body starts oscillating when the body is tilted by small angles. So ship may be tilted because of the waves. At that time there is angular displacement. So body will be start the oscillating when the body is tilted by small angle. And definition as the meta center definition is the point at which the line of action of force of buoyancy. This is the line of action of force of buoyancy and the normal axis to the body, means passing through the center of gravity, will meet when given a small angular displacement. So we can see here this is the normal axis and this is the buoyancy force and force of buoyancy line. So this will be intersect at this point. This is called as a meta center. So meta center is simply body start oscillating about that point. So that is design meta center is important in the floating objects, that is the ships. In that ship is floating inside the water. At that time you have to consider the where is the meta center. If so, that is stability of the ship we have to consider. If the ships will be displaced having the angular displacement, it should be returned to the stable conditions. So we see the next as a stability of the objects. So if the objects are not coinciding, then center of gravity does not coincide with the center of volume, that is the center of buoyancy. We have considered here the buoyancy forces FB and the center of gravity, that is the force weight is acting in the downward direction at G and FB. They will be coincide if the object is homogeneous, that is mass is uniformly distributed, but the objects may be regular shapes. At that time this G and B may not be coincides. So depending on the location of G, force of center of buoyancy B, the objects attain different states of equilibrium. So there are three states of equilibrium. So when the small angular displacement is given, means this is object when it is tilted by small angle. So at that time, if the object is returned to the initial position, then it is considered as a stable. If it is not returned and continuously turning, then it is called as a unstable. So stable equilibrium, if the body returns to the original position by retaining the original vertical axis, means in this case, if the body is rotated and if it returns to its original position, then it is called as a stable equilibrium. And if body does not return to the original position but moves further from it, means it overturning, then it is called as unstable. Means the ship may be unstable if it is continuous to return. So when it is having angular displacement, it should return back to the original position. And neutral equilibrium means when the body neither returns to its original position nor it increases its displacement. Means if it is turned by smaller angular displacement. So when neutral equilibrium means this will be achieve the new position. It will not be overturned or it will not return to this. It will not overturn or not return to the initial position but attains a new position. That is called as a neutral equilibrium. So first we see the stability of the submerged body. So submerged body means that is totally inside the fluid. So that may be suppose a balloon in the air. A balloon in the air means balloon is submerged in the air. The outside atmosphere air in that balloon is keep. So that is the example of submerged body or object. If it is totally inside the fluid, it is called as a submerged. So here we have seen the uh, submerged in a stable equilibrium. So we can see here G is the weight of the object acts in the downward direction. Buoyancy force acts in a upward direction, FB. So initially it is in a stable position. Now if we get a tilt, angular displacement, suppose in the anti-clockwise direction. So at that time we can see here the force of buoyancy will be shifted. So FB will be now shifts toward this as a FB and the weight is again acting in a downward direction. Now we can see here the FB force of buoyancy is acting along this and weight is acting along this. So this at these two forces are acting at the two different points. That is, they will be make a couple and this couple acting because of the buoyancy force and the weight will return uh, in that case if it is tilted in the anti-clockwise direction, so this couple bring back the object in its original position. Because of this couple of force due to the FB and weight, this will be act in a clockwise direction. So this will be rotate, means initially the object is tilt in the anti-clockwise direction, but because of couple due to the FB and G will rotate the object in anti clockwise direction. So it comes in its original position. So that is a stable equilibrium. Stable equilibrium means after giving a slight displacement, if the object returns to the initial position, it is stable. Now second we consider as a unstable equilibrium. So here we have considered again submerged, force of buoyancy in a stable condition and G is acting vertically downward direction. So here we have to see the position of the G. In first case, we have assumed that the uh, in a submerged body, the weight G is below the force of buoyancy, means weight is more in the downside. So G is below the force of buoyancy. At that time, we get the stable equilibrium because weight and force of buoyancy, this constitute a couple that is returning back the object to the original condition. But now if the G is above the force of buoyancy, means weight is more at the upper point, at that condition the center of gravity will be G will be above the force of buoyancy. Now if the object is tilted, suppose in clockwise direction, object if it is tilted in the we can see in the next diagram, suppose here in this G is above the force of buoyancy, means here more weight is on the upper side. So at that time you can see here this balloon, the this is the line of action. So weight is acting in the downward direction and buoyancy force is acting in a vertical direction. And now if it is tilted in this clockwise direction, then coupled due to the weight and this force of buoyancy is also in the clockwise direction. So means the object will be continuously turning, that will not return to the original position. This is called as an unstable equilibrium. So when G is means weight is in the upper side, the object will be continuously turning, that is called as unstable. So you can see again here, this is the balloon, heavier part is in the upper side. So this, if you assume the G is above the B and if it is tilted, so this you can see here, this force of buoyancy, weight will be in this side and buoyancy force will be this. So coupled due to this will turn the again turning the balloon, means it not return to the original position, that is called unstable equilibrium. And third case, neutral equilibrium. So in neutral equilibrium we can see as the W is equal to the force of buoyancy, and when force of buoyancy and G are at the same location, at that time the object will not, after giving a tilt, the object will not return to the back, or it will not turning continuously, but it attains a new position, fixed position, that is called as a neutral equilibrium. That is when weight is equal to force of buoyancy and G and B are at the same position, then we get a neutral equilibrium. So for submerged body there are three conditions. If that equilibrium depend on the, if G is above the B, it is a unstable equilibrium. B means the center of buoyancy. Now if G is below the buoyancy, center of buoyancy, that is a stable equilibrium. And when both are at the same locations, then it is a neutral equilibrium. So you can see as a stable equilibrium when point B is uh, point B is above the G, point above, if G is in the heavier part, is in the downside, it is stable equilibrium, means G is below, when G, that is the heavier part of the object is lower, then if G is below the B, as in this case, that is a stable equilibrium. And unstable means, we can see, if the B is below the G, means heavier part is above, then G force, center of gravity is in the upper side. At that time we get the unstable equilibrium. And if the B and G are at the same point, then body is in neutral equilibrium. Next we see the stability of the floating body. So for we can again conclude, if the G for a submerged body, if the center of buoyancy is above the G, it is stable equilibrium. If is below the G, B is below G, that is unstable. That is the G will be in the upper part. So we get unstable equilibrium. Now next we consider stability of the floating body. So floating body means the some part of the object is above the liquid level and some part is below the liquid level. Here we see the diagram. The G is the weight. Through the point G, weight is acting, and through the point B, the force of buoyancy is acting. So, when disturbing couple or when object is given a certain angular displacement, at that time the more portion will be on the right side. The object will be displaced water. Now center of buoyancy will be shifted to the B1 point. It is as shown. So force of buoyancy will be acting through the B1, that will be intersect the normal axis at a point M. So this M point is called as a meta center. Meta center. So here M is above the G. This first condition is stable equilibrium when meta center is above the center of gravity. So that is the stability condition. So weight should be at a lower point for the stable equilibrium. And second one is the case when G, you can see in the next diagram, here weight is in this second diagram unstable equilibrium. Here M point is below the G point. We can see as here M point is below the center of gravity. Meta center is below the center of gravity, that is unstable. So we can see how stable equilibrium. So when it gives tilt, the couple is again formed. So couple is because of the buoyancy force at B1 and weight acting through the G. So when this tilt is given through this side, this couple will be returned the object to the initial condition. Couple through the B1 and W. This will be over return the object to the original condition. But in this case, second unstable equilibrium, you can see when object is tilted in this direction, the couple due to the weight and force of buoyancy V1 is again in the clockwise direction. If tilt is clockwise direction, the couple also turning, couple due to the weight and force of buoyancy will be again in clockwise direction. So object will not return to the original position. So that is called unstable equilibrium. So in ships, design of ship we require as a, the object should have the, that is ship should have stability. So in that case the point of meta center should be above the center of gravity. Means the in a design of the ship we can consider as a, the G should be the center of gravity should below the meta center height. So these are the stable conditions for that meta center, that is the distance Gm should be positive. M should be above the G. And for unstable equilibrium, meta center is below the G. So that is a Gm distance is negative. So this is the important two concept as a buoyancy and the meta center height and its application as a in we can consider marine submarines. We have to consider the force of buoyancy acting and to maintain the neutral buoyancy. In design of the ships, we have to consider the upward stability of the ship. At that time we have to consider the determine the meta center height of the objects. So this is the buoyancy and stability of the submerged and floating bodies. Thank you.